So hi you guys, and welcome to the third instalment of the FPL Pop In Pod from your buddies at the FPL Journal. I'm Nymphria, and I'm joined as always by @Megtavius. Hi Meg, how are you?
Hey Nim, how you doing? I'm feeling pretty good. I've had a bit of a better week this week, so.
Oh, good. Glad somebody's had quite a positive week.
Oh dear, might hear about that a bit later.
Yeah, a little bit later maybe.
Well, before we get on to how our FPL team's done this week, shall we look back at how the real teams got on in this last game week?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we can see that there's someone riding high at the top. They may not have scored 4 goals this week, but they kept another clean sheet. The only team with a 100% record, Manchester United.
Wow, it's amazing.
It's just, I don't like it. As a Palace fan, I don't like it because we, along with Brighton, are the only teams that haven't scored a goal this week.
Ooh.
This season.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Well, I knew about Palace, but I didn't know about Brighton.
Yeah, we're dragging some. We're not the worst ones.
You're not the only ones, no, at least. Yeah. You've got company.
Yeah, and we're not worse because we're down there with West Ham and Bournemouth. Feeling you guys. But on the other hand, Huddersfield, 3 clean sheets in a row to start off their first season in the Premier League.
I know. I mean, who'd have thought that?
Incredible scenes. Lossall at the top of the goalkeeper charts.
Wow, it's brilliant.
Can't help it.
Yeah, no, fantastic though, Man United, 2-0 win. And it wasn't an interesting game, to be fair.
No,
this was one of my surprise fixtures, this one. And it wasn't surprising in the win. I think we all kind of imagined Man United.
Well, especially coming off 2-4-0.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't very interesting. I thought it was maybe, a bit slower pace than some of Man United's previous games. The last 2 games they've kind of come out of the starting blocks, all guns blazing. But in this match, I thought they were a bit slower paced, a bit more reserved, a bit more what we're used to seeing from Man United.
Yeah, there weren't so many speedy counter-attacks as there had been in the other game. I mean, Leicester defended like dogs at most of the time. Mm-hmm. Trying to catch Man United on the counter, which they don't. And Pogba having shot after shot from outside the box probably didn't help.
No. The Lukaku missed penalty, though, was definitely quite surprising.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and so that did work into my surprising fixtures bit, I suppose, even if the rest of the match wasn't that surprising, especially as around 1.7 million other people, as well as myself, captained Lukaku.
Oof.
Yeah, and we all
Big
ended up
there.
with a grand total of no points. No points.
Well, mine didn't do too much better, but we'll discuss our captain faults a little bit later because they're not good. Talking about surprise fixtures, I'll talk about my surprise fixture.
How did yours get on?
It was a little bit better than my last pick.
Oh, that's good.
Because my last pick was 1-0 to Huddersfield, and this one was 1-1. So it was an extra goal. I doubled up on the goal stake.
Wow.
But it was pretty much as we saw, West Brom Stoke pretty much attacking a West Brom team that would then counter and score, which they did. Which was a great header, a great cross. But then...
Yeah, J-Rod showing up to the party.
Finally.
Quite late for a few managers, I think.
I think some people already shipped him out in certain teams. But then everyone's £4.5 million hero, Higazi, he goes crazy. And tries to take the ball off his own keeper and becomes the pantomime villain for the giant beanstalk Crouchy to score a goal.
I was quite shocked,
Well, I think Ben Foster was as well.
Higazi's been looking quite solid there at the back, so it was a wee bit of a surprise on that one.
I think the whole stadium kind of just went, what? Okay. he did that, didn't he? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I think Crouchy was probably the happiest man in the stadium then. I mean, it's been a while since he scored. Bless him. But then that leads comfortably on to my funniest moment of the week.
Oh, does
which
it?
Isn't Higazi, although that was a bit amusing for someone who doesn't own him.
Yeah, well, I don't own him either. So.
No. We were laughing.
Wow.
Sorry to all you guys who do have him. But it was the post-match interview because they decided to interview both Crouchy and J-Rod at the same time.
Okay.
Which was a bit funny because they started with Peter, I believe, and then they sort of panned down to J-Rod, and then the cameraman tried to get both of them in the same shot, which was a bit weird because he was kind of framing. So I felt a bit sorry for J-Rod there. Because he kind of
Yeah,
almost
feel
looked
sorry
like
for
a
short
child.
people. Feel sorry for short people.
Poor short people. You know, especially against Crouchy. But yeah, he did kind of look like a bit of a child.
Oh, bless him.
What was your funniest moment of the week?
Well, I'm not sure if it's funny as in ha ha funny, more as in I gotta laugh or I'd cry kind of situation. And it's going back to that Lukaku penalty miss, because I think apparently Pogba is meant to take the penalties for Man United, but for some reason I think Lukaku managed to talk him round. That must be the whole buddy, brother, bro thing.
Bruh.
Yeah, you know, let me do it, let me have a go, I'll be awesome, I need a goal, I haven't scored yet. And yeah, and there was Schmeichel stood
Schmeichel was like, oh, is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go there.
off of his line.
Way off his line.
Way off his line. And so it was that kind of moment where I had the pillow and I was behind the pillow and I was kind of like, I can't watch. The way my luck has been going recently in the FPL, I can't watch. And then I did kind of peek and watched, and I just had to laugh, because if I didn't laugh, I would have cried. So I don't know why I didn't pass it to Pogba. I think I was relieved because I also have Pogba, but then I wasn't relieved. Yeah. And then I kind of hoped it went to Pogba, but then, you know, the way that Pogba missed all those shots earlier on in the game, I couldn't trust that he wouldn't have
a little
put
bit closer, he might have got a bit lower.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, that was my funniest moment. But seeing as you now know that I obviously had Lukaku as captain and I had him in my team, I could maybe just tell you a bit about how many points I got for the game week.
Yeah, crack on.
And it's not all that great. So I thought, you know, we'll start off with the bad and then you can finish on a high over there with your many, many points. Because I got just 44, which is one above the average, I believe. But technically, after my mad, crazy, like, put your money where your mouth is, crazy plan of minus 12, I technically got like 32 points. So yeah, it's really not brilliant. But I think it's a bit too early yet to know whether it's helped or hindered my season, really.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great week for big money players getting points.
No, that's true.
I mean, there was a lot of big players that didn't.
I love how that's flattering, like you think I have a lot of big money players.
Well, you spent 12 points, I hope so.
Well, that's true, yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you? But the Alonso for Nacho seemed a good swap. Obviously, Alonso got a clean sheet where Nacho didn't.
Yeah, he definitely didn't.
Yeah, I could have chosen a slightly cheaper Aspilicueta there and got more points, but, you know, what can you do? Otherwise, the others were more or less like for likes. They got roughly the same amount of points. The one that hurt was Salah to Pogba. Yeah, because obviously Salah got 11 points, whereas Pogba just got the 3.
Yeah.
And I knew, obviously, that Arsenal would be bad in defence. That's why I sold Nacho. So why I then went and sold Salah, I don't know. But I'm kind of hoping long-term it'll equal itself back out. But what about you? How did you get on?
I had my best week so far. I got 58 points.
Ooh.
Over 50. Crazy money. Which was obviously 15 over the average. Mm-hmm. Knocks me up to a nice round 150 overall.
Ooh.
Points, not places, obviously, because that's more 1.5 million overall. Yeah, but it's slowly going up. You know, it's slowly going up. There was definitely a distinct team of two halves. My defence done really well.
Mm-hmm, same.
I had about, I think I had all 5 clean sheets with my 4 defenders and De Gea in goal, and it was literally midfield and the forwards. It was only Jesus that actually done anything for me. Which brings me on to my star man of the week.
Oh, okay.
Which didn't just get me a clean sheet, but an assist as well, and that's your favourite man, Naughty Norton.
Oh, Naughty
from Swansea.
Norton. Oh, I love a bit of Naughty Norton, me.
big 12 points. I had a scare because I thought I might have left him on my bench.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't, thankfully.
No.
Because he was against Palace. Why would you leave a defender on the bench when they're against Palace? I mean, no offence, boys, we haven't scored yet. Sort it out.
Just a slight warning there.
And it was even better for him, coming off a 4-0 defeat to Man United with a big clean sheet, big assist, big 12 points. It was great. How was your star man?
Actually, it's another defender, and I've just mentioned him. I'm going to go with Alonso because, as the only one of my transferred in players who actually did anything,
actually turned up.
I'm quite happy that he got me some plus points, rather than just kind of equaling the same points or getting less. So, like you, all my defenders were stars in game week 3. I had a pretty good back 4 that all got me 6 or above, so I'm pretty happy with that. So that's our star players, but who would you say is your fire player for the future?
It's really weird because I've been berating this fella for the past couple of weeks, and now he's going to be my fire player, and that's Jesus.
Oh.
Simply because he's up against Liverpool, who, although they had a good week against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I mean, defensively, they can go wandering at times. Arsenal didn't really trouble them with hard-hitting attacks. They kind of played it around the box and allowed Liverpool to solidify that back four.
Yeah, I didn't get that whole prediction right, did I? The whole 3-1. That was kind of a bit, lustrous, thinking that we might have scored at least one goal.
Yeah, I mean, you had the right amount of goals.
Oh, yeah,
and
of course.
They did score that fourth one from a breakaway from a corner, I believe. So they could have easily scored that corner.
Yeah.
And you would have been right.
Yeah.
So,
but,
don't beat yourself up too much.
They needed a shot on target, really, too.
Yeah, a shot on target, on goal, and just anywhere.
Oh, I can't even tell you. There's been times where I've watched my team, Mig, and I've been upset. There are times when I've watched my team and been really angry. There's been a whole set of emotions I've been as an Arsenal fan, but I don't think I've ever sat and watched my team and been embarrassed. And unfortunately, I sat there and I watched that game and I genuinely felt quite embarrassed watching them. And that's something I've never felt before and hope I never feel again. Just wanted to see some kind of fight from the players and there just wasn't any, and it was just so disappointing.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I almost felt embarrassed as well, just as a football fan, watching players like Ox, like Sanchez at times, like Ozil especially, just not turning up, not doing anything, not wanting to be on the pitch, and then seeing people like Kolosniak on the bench, Giroud on the bench, players who actually want to be at the club, rather than Ox, who's already got one foot out the door, and Sanchez, who's trying his best to get out there when Wenger's not pulling him back. It was a horror show for any fan, and I feel sorry for you.
Thank you.
You can be a Palace fan if you want. It's not much better, but it's a bit better.
Is it a bit better?
Well, to be fair, you scored a goal. So.
I might just put, kind of put it out there and just...
Transfer window hasn't closed yet.
Exactly, transfer window's not closed. I'm still open to my options of clubs that I can join.
If any club wants to sign him through as a fan,
yeah, you know,
call our agent.
Although I am a kind of part-time, since I started on Twitter, I'm a bit of a part-time Queen of the South fan.
Or north of the border.
And they did pretty well in the last game week, so it wasn't
glory
too
hunting.
Bad.
That's what you're doing.
Too bad, but I also. There's a few others that I like, but I'll keep that on the down low.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mysterious.
Definitely. But I think it might be a good idea to find out how your prediction went.
I predicted the Chelsea-Everton game. And I was half right.
Okay.
I went for a Desmond Tutu. And it was...
Yes, you did.
It was, as I do most weekends. But... Yeah, I went for 2-2, and one of the teams got 2 goals. Chelsea won 2-0. Everton let me down there. So, it's kind of a 50-50. I'll take half a point.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Not too bad.
So anyway, getting back on track from all of that, my fire player for the coming week is Jesus, because he can cut through that Liverpool defence. So who is your fire player?
I'm hoping it'll be Lukaku. Or maybe Pogba against Stoke. So I'm just I don't have many options in my team. Looking at fixtures anyway.
Fixtures.
So yeah, I'm hoping it'll be one of the Red Devils again.
So you're hoping that Man United won't be a duff puff?
Oh, nice segue.
Yeah, like who fills that spot for you this week?
It has to be your man that you beat up last week, Chicharito.
Oh, have you?
I know. And I swapped him for King, and King looked more like Little P. Little P looked more like Kingy. So it's a terrible choice. It was just my luck. King got 2 points and Chicharito got 1, and I spent a -4 to get Chicharito in. So that just about sums it up. And yes, it looks like I broke him.
Yeah, which was a great time for me to captain him. I don't know why I done that.
I don't know.
Because I knew you were buying him.
Exactly.
So why would I captain him? Because I knew he was going to get broken, and he got 1 point, which adds to my long list of captain choices of a grand total of 4 points, I think, between the 3 of them.
Okay.
But he's not my duff puff this week.
Okay.
Because he did look a bit dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who didn't really look dangerous because he was on the bench most of the time was Lacazette. One of Arsenal's biggest games of the season so far.
Yep.
And they leave their record signing on the bench.
Yeah.
Why, oh why? Why, oh why?
Well, I have a slight theory for this. I'm thinking he wanted Sanchez to feel included in the squad. I'm thinking he wanted Sanchez to feel important in the squad and kind of say, you are just as important as our, record signing forward that we've made. So I'm thinking Sanchez says, I'm back, and Arsene thinks this is my chance to prove to him that we want him at the club. Unfortunately, it didn't really help us any.
No, it didn't.
Or you.
No, it didn't. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't captain him because he was on for 28 minutes and we hardly saw him. I think he had a couple of pop shots. One that went hit the side netting, I believe, but then that's pretty much it. As soon as I saw the team line up, I was like, oh, well, I know who's going in there.
Well, that's just, that's rain, and it's quite depressing. So as we're talking about some rain and, dreary weather, it'd be only fair to come on to our lightning pick.
Yeah.
So who's your lightning pick?
I'm going to go with the lightning pick that was also my star man, and that's Naughty Norton, because although they have a good run of games, I don't think he's going to get a clean sheet and an assist every week.
Well, if he did, I think we'd all have him in our teams.
Yeah, it would be nice. His price would shoot through the ceiling.
It would.
And I would be happy. But Swansea have a bit of a hot and cold defence. Well, you can just tell by this season. First week they got a clean sheet, I believe, and then they concede 4 goals, and then they get another clean sheet. I mean, I'm expecting 4 goals to be shipped next week. And they are against Newcastle, who did get their first win this week.
They did.
I think he might do all right, but I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet.
Well, last week my lightning pick was Mooman.
Yes.
Mooman Moy.
Yes, you predicted that for the future.
I did, and he didn't bring the lightning.
No, there was more of a fizzle.
Yeah, so instead it was actually Richie who brought the lightning.
It was.
A couple of weeks of clouds brewing there. I was starting to think he might get, chucked in my bin of sin. But no, he was definitely lightning strike last game week, and I think he will be for my coming game week too, because as you say, I'm not too sure with that Newcastle side that he'll be able to keep that kind of lightning stroke going every week.
Yeah, he could do it in the Championship, but he seems to have been very hit and miss.
And with him facing Naughty Norton, who knows?
Whoa, Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans.
Richie
there could be some
Norton.
lightning there. Last week's lightning pick and this week's lightning pick.
Who's going to win that head-to-head?
Oh, don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Whoever doesn't win could end up back in that bin of sin.
They could. That's true.
Who is currently occupied by...
Well, I'm not actually chucking anyone in the bin this game week.
Oof.
I had a full-on clean out of my closet last week, didn't I?
Did you get rid of the skip? The rental ran out on it.
I ran out of money to pay for it with my -12 points. So, yeah, no, I don't think I'll be making any transfers. I think I will try and bank them up. But Kane is on a very, very short thread.
But August is over now.
August is over.
much.
The August curse is real, though.
It's real. I've
It's
been telling you.
I know.
Telling you it's real.
I know.
The man can't score.
But he's so expensive that if he doesn't start to score in September, and I think there's only 2 game weeks I can survive in September before I'll have to say, because I think so many people are like chucking him out of their squad in this kind of window of wildcard that happens in the international
there's a
break.
lot of wild cards going on there.
So I think he will be heading out of my team if he doesn't start to score soon. Otherwise, I'll be losing far too much cash on him. So I really gotta hope September delivers and that he finds his mojo. But speaking of mojo, who's lost it for you and who's in your bin of sin?
Well, I'm not too sure if he's lost his mojo, as opposed to... I don't think he's actually had it this season.
Never found it.
He's never found it this season from the last one, because he was a player that I was tipping to maybe be player of the season, and he just hasn't done anything. If anything, he's fallen backwards in the team, and that's De Bruyne.
Ah.
I think every week I've mentioned him that he's let me down, and now his price is dropping as well. And I believe he even possibly said himself to a foreign newspaper that he's playing more defensive mid.
Yeah, he could have told us that at the beginning of the season, couldn't he?
Well, yeah. If he's going to play like a quarterback role and he's just going to like slide it through like Silva did and someone's going to score, that's fine. He can grab some assists like that. But he's not. He's always the third, fourth man in a move, passing it up to Silva, who then passes it to Jesus or scores, or Sterling who scores. And he's the third most expensive person in my team, and he's just doing nothing for me. When I can go down quite easily to my main man Mane or Mkhitaryan, who are doing a lot more for a lot less money.
Yeah, no, it's true. And so, would you be looking to make any transfers yourself?
Well, yes.
Okay.
And it could be De Bruyne, who's first up on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of Mane, and I haven't backed him at all, so I'm feeling quite bad about that. So
not worried about the rotation?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Especially with possibly Ox in the mix going there. I don't know. Apparently he wants to play more central, but he is more of a winger than a central, so he could maybe be back up to a Salah or a Mane. But I think the rotation didn't really hurt Mane too much last season until he went to Africa. So I think he might be probably the fittest one of the lot. So he may not be invincible to rotation, but he may be sort of the last one on the list to get rotated.
I guess it really just depends on whatever happens with Coutinho. I mean, where is Coutinho?
Well,
what
yeah,
happened
I mean,
to Coutinho? Where is he?
he's apparently he's fit and healthy and training with Brazil, but well, I mean, I don't know if his ailment was sort of localised to a Liverpool shirt. But yeah, apparently he's training fine with Brazil, maybe flying home via Barcelona. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting.
And my only other transfer, which possibly I don't have to, but maybe I will, is I've got Begovic, who's not terrible. He hasn't done anything bad, but he's not getting the points that other 4.5 keepers are getting. So I could.
So you're thinking about dropping the FPL keeper?
The FPL keeper. I don't want to do it as me. I know he's got his own podcast and his own team, but clean sheets, you know.
I think you'd understand.
And may not be looking too much better because I think they got Arsenal next.
Oh, well, that's fine. You'll get a clean
Well,
sheet
I'm thinking about it, yeah. Actually, I might captain him.
then. Just, I was going to say give him one more week, but you know, if you want to go the whole hog.
With Yasmir, my captain, yeah. But there has been another transfer, and it's a transfer in the league.
Oh.
The FPL Journal League. We have a new leader.
Oh, is Fly off the top?
Fly has been toppled. Didn't have the best of week.
No.
But, you know, we all do. I mean, I can't complain. I'm in, like, 78th, so I'm nowhere near the top.
I don't think I even looked. It's that depressing.
Just saw the red arrows and was like,
yeah,
I'm not going to that area.
when you already have to cover a video, like, discussing your woes and look at it for however long you have to look at it in a video, then, yeah, you just, when it comes to the podcast and it's bad, you just say, yeah, I'm just somewhere down the bottom.
Okay, and I'm going to take my time.
Oh.
Not a whole lot, but because we got a new leader, I've got to make sure that I get their name right.
Okay,
Because
well,
I
good
probably
luck.
won't. He is from Monaco, So you never know, he might get sold to Liverpool or Man City by the time this goes out. But it's Marcellus Angara.
Oh,
I want to say that. Marcellus Angara.
okay.
I'm not even going to attempt his team name
Okay.
because it's like Sylvie Sendana.
I love how you say it. I'm not going to
Completely went back on my word. I'm not going to try it, so I'm just going to say it.
I'm just going to say it.
Sylvie Sendana.
Okay.
Sylvie Sendana.
That sounds very
Something like
posh.
that. It does. Sounds very sort of Monte Carlo, you know.
Oh, that's cool. How many points did he get?
He got 81 points this game week,
Oh, wow.
knocking his total up to 205.
Wow.
He had some crazy players. He had Salah on 11, obviously. Firmino 12. He captained Ali for 18
nice.
points. But he had a big one at the back. Clark of Newcastle, big 15 points.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's madness. It's a bit like me leaving Daniel second on the bench.
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh, dear.
Poor Daniels. Great goal, though. Great goal. Well done, Daniels.
Yeah, well done, cracking.
And hopefully there'll be more cracking goals in this week's fixtures.
Yep.
Who's our knockout heavyweight fixture this week?
It's Liverpool Man City this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely. And based on form, I'd say Liverpool for the win on that one. But I hope City bring it to them. It could be a close one. So we both gonna have a sneaky prediction on this one?
I could, yeah, I might have a
Can I
little...
tempt you? I'm thinking, since we did so well last week on our predictions,
Oh, yeah,
I'm thinking 4-3 to Liverpool.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh. So before I say mine, I was looking at this, and the last 10 league fixtures between
Oh, you
these
did
two,
your homework.
I did my homework.
No, hang on. You didn't say anything about homework.
I did homework. I did extracurriculum activity.
Well, I'm going to remember that one for the future.
And I was looking at the last 10 league fixtures they've had, and Man City have only won 2 of them.
Oh, well, that looks good for my Liverpool win, at least.
It does, and especially the amount of goals.
Oh?
Because Liverpool, in that time, have scored 20 goals.
Oh, wow. That's
As
quite
opposed to Man City's 14.
Oh, okay.
So, on that note, I'm going to go with a Liverpool win as well. Not quite as crazy as yours.
Okay.
I'm going to just settle for a subtle conservative 3-2.
Oh, okay. Just a couple less. I thought
Just
you were
the
going to
5
be like,
goals, as opposed
2-1 to Liverpool.
No, it's going to get crazy. The defences aren't that great.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. It'll be an interesting one. So, if they're the heavyweight, who is the supporting act?
The supporting act is the Toffees versus the Spurs, Everton versus Tottenham.
Uh-huh.
Now, I've also been doing a little bit of homework on this one.
Well, you just show me up now.
I am.
Show me up.
And Everton have not beaten Spurs since December 2012. That's 9 games.
Oh my gosh, that's quite a lot.
But each one that they've lost has only been by 1 goal.
Also, it's been close then.
It has been super close between them. In their last 11 games, because Everton won the 2 previous to those, they've either drawn the game or it's been decided by 1 goal.
Wow.
So that is a super tight fixture.
That's when they really don't want Kane to show up.
That's just,
when September comes.
They've picked the wrong month to go into that.
They have, pretty much, yeah.
So I'm, with my prediction...
Oh, we're going to do predictions for this one as well.
Of course we're going to do it. We're going to chuck
just...
them out.
Okay, I'm just going to have to pull this one off the top of my head then.
I'm not going to buck that trend, and I'm going to go by a single goal win. 2-1 to Tottenham. I'll give you a second to think.
Okay. Okay, panicking. I think then I would be foolish to not listen to what you've just already told me. And I think I'll go with more goals because I think Everton are looking much better this season, and they got Sigurdsson and a Rooney and the young kiddie Calvert. Let's go for a 3-2 on that one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of goals this week.
There is. To Spurs, obviously. And hopefully a Kane hat-trick.
Oh, wow.
Or if not, I'll take, 2 goals from Kane and a goal from Eriksen.
Well, I'll take the one for Eriksen, yeah. I'll give you that one.
Okay,
but,
thanks.
I mean, September's here, but I don't know if it's that strong for a hat-trick, but it probably will now. It'll kick me in the teeth. Which could be a surprising fixture, but it's not our surprising fixture of the weeks.
No, it's not our surprise picks. Not that.
What's your surprise fixture this week?
I'm going to go with West Ham Huddersfield, I think, for this one. I think we'll all expect a West Ham loss and another Huddersfield clean sheet, as you mentioned at the beginning of the show.
On current form, that would indicate that,
Yeah, but I think it could end up a lot more exciting than that. And I am hoping, even though your man let me down last game week, that he'll be back this game week.
Bouncing back like the bouncy pea.
And maybe we'll just see a few more goals from West Ham. And, should be an interesting match, that one, I think. So, who would be your surprise pick?
I'm going to buck the trend of what I've done recently, because I've tended to pick two lower teams or team that you expect to be bad and hope it was good, but it's actually ended up being bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go for one which people would expect loads of goals in, and that's Arsenal versus Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a lot of goals in that.
Okay.
I'll
trust you.
Both defences aren't the best in the league, but both of the attacks can score goals. And of course, their last fixture last season was that dramatic 3-3, where Arsenal clawed back that miraculous comeback to get that 3-3. But Bournemouth haven't beaten Arsenal yet in all their previous meetings, which was only 4 before that game.
It's about to happen, Bournemouth.
It could happen, and you know what? I think it might.
No.
They're looking a bit of a mess. They've got to get the house in order, and I think Bournemouth could capitalise on that.
Yeah.
I don't know, should I throw out another prediction? I'm just full of predictions.
Oh, God.
And
I didn't even give a prediction for my sporting.
Well, you don't have to, because I am Mystic Mig.
I think that West Ham Huddersfield could be a 2-2 draw anyway.
You're going Desmond 2-2 this week.
I'm going Desmond 2-2. I'm sticking on my 2-2. And I'm going Desmond 2-2. So go on then. Go on, throw out your prediction.
Well, I'm going to go for... Obviously, I just said there was going to be lots of goals. So this time, I don't think Arsenal will get that third equalising goal. So I'm going to go with a 3-2 Bournemouth win.
I love your confidence. Actually get a shot on target. Score a
It's got to be better than the last game. It's got to be better.
Well, let's hope that's the case in the FPL also.
Well, yeah, and shall we, on that note, before we start going down that road again, shall we pop off, pop out, and go home?
Yeah.
But before we go, we'll just drop down those few links. FPLjournal.com. Go check out the website. Go check out the Twitter page at FPL Journal blog. And my Twitter page at Octavius.
And at Nymphria TV. And you can find me on YouTube at /FPL Nymphria. And you can also become a Patreon on patreon.com/Nymphria.
And also on Nymphria's YouTube channel. This podcast goes out each time. Just kindly let us use her YouTube channel for that. And now you can also find on iTunes and Stitcher, along with SoundCloud. So
we made it.
We made it. We got verified.
Yes.
We can keep this bit in.
Yes.
You can download us and listen to us wherever you want. iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. The links are on the Twitter page. And don't forget, keep popping.
#keep popping.